So, let's see what you think of this. 4 or 5 or maybe 6 men, they jump on me like I was made out of chocolate cake. Yeah. So, daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Ooh, no. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger, I am good for accepting asshole, especially at nighttime. I can't charge for it, but it makes my life fun. Oh yes, I like asshole, especially at nighttime. Antonio is coming out. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger. There's people everywhere that are just so sexy, sexy. Jeranism. Show it something. Pop. I'm going to put it in my asshole. Martin Litke. Lick my asshole. Yeah. In the center. Nathan Oakley. I got the broom handles from you, and you don't even know. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger. Daytime.
Turning.
Nighttime.
Turning.
Daytime. Weirdos. Nighttime.
Turning.
Weirdos. Weirdos.
Turning.
Weirdos. Sexy stranger. Weirdos.
Turning.
Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy,
Turning.
daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy,
Turning.
daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger.
Okay, I am glad I waited because that used to be my text message alert. So as soon as I started to hear that, I looked towards my phone and was like, "Wait a minute! That's not my text alert anymore."
Well done.
Good job.
Well, that used to
Come
be
on,
the...
start us off.
We are here, and so here's the thing. That used to actually be the specific text alert for my wife because of one reason, and if anyone is a fan of Doctor Who, you should understand why. Specifically the Matt Smith era.
Oh,
Because what does he call the TARDIS?
yep.
Sexy.
There
Sexy.
you go.
Hello, sexy. No, I thought your ringtone for your wife would be this.
That's someone else. Don't worry about that.
Just back the fuck off now.
Came back to whips. What's going on?
It's called
Normal
perfect,
stuff.
It's called perfect timing, hon.
Something whips and chains.
Davros, you can wait a goddamn minute. There is actually quite a few things on the table stemming from the past week and a half.
Is
That-
or are?
Oh, God.
Objects exist.
Go ahead.
Anyways, there are quite the plethora of other topics that have warranted certain responses. And I'm still waiting for an explanation from one person in particular of what they actually meant by trying to mention me for, I'm just gonna call it a poor attempt at increasing their own clout.
What?
Do I need to pull that one up for you, Jared?
Oh, no. No, you don't need to pull it up because she didn't say a goddamn thing. Well, no, she said one thing that made me laugh. Because apparently I'm just playing both sides and just waiting to see who wins and comes out in the wash. And it's like, no, I'm actually working on which side is winning. It's not just passively looking in the background. There's actually intent with what I do, both publicly and privately. I have my own goals, I have my own ideas, and just because you're not worthy enough to be even close to part of them, get over yourself.
I don't know who we're talking about, but I'm getting a little turned on right now.
Yeah, this is cryptic as shit.
Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna release a little bit of the crypticness because let's just say I'm not going to tell people to look into the, where was the name of that? People Before Profit. People should really pay attention to failed political careers.
I haven't even ran yet, though.
That's the thing. You can learn from other people's mistakes.
Do we also want to mention that maybe if you happen to be in that kind of position, you should be well beyond the stage of, oh, I accidentally said this. That wasn't at all intentional.
Yeah, you're either exceedingly idiotic to borderline mentally inept if you try to play that off as what happened, or just realize you shouldn't be trusted as much as you want people to think you are, because if you really didn't want to talk about the situation that you were talking about, you wouldn't have. And trying to utilize people who were in the side chat of what was going on as your justification of, they're bringing me up still? Nah, bitch, you were listening to the shit stirrers again. You got caught again. Get the fuck over yourself.
I'm still clueless.
Fucking, yeah, I'm with Carius. I'm still fucking lost.
I've been a little bit distracted.
I may have been involved, but I also don't really give a shit, so I probably forgot.
That's
Oh,
the
I don't know who
name.
this person is.
Be thankful.
I will take your word for it and be thankful.
And actually, let me get back to where I can see the live chat again.
Yeah, Davros is bitching at you.
Just ignore him.
He'll get over it. I mean, he's a made-up AI entity from Australia anyways.
They're not even real people anyways.
No, those are Canadians.
Oof.
Tomato, tomato. Do
Canadians
you
are
really
real.
believe that Canada exists?
True.
I thought Canada was make believe, just like platypi.
I said
had a
platypi
boyfriend
or
in Canada.
platypuses?
Or platypeople.
Platypus.
Platypodes.
Jared, internal chat. Yeah, I didn't watch her video because of that.
Be thankful. They're real. Lot of tease, no finish, and not in a good way.
Of course it was, because that's how she rolls.
Anyways, before I continue with
I don't
my particular
know.
stuff, is there anything that anyone else would like to get off their chest?
Yeah, I would.
Not publicly.
The shirt's gonna come off later.
No, I do have something. I do have something.
Go for it.
Stop the fucking witch hunting in this overarching community, mostly in the area that most of us are in the same circles of, as well as stop dragging this shit out. It's done. It's over with. Get the fuck over it.
And that's one opinion. Others exist.
I know.
And it is one thing for certain voices to drop certain facets of it because they're patently wrong. And people should really stick to a consistent standard.
Yeah.
To kind of, I don't know, kind of sum this up in a better, I guess, way. What happened needed to happen. No question about that. I'm not sticking up for the person involved, nor am I defending him or anything like that. But in general, shit like this needs to stop. Get it out, let it air, and be done with it.
Well, hell yeah.
I will concur with that. Because
I guess it depends on the end result. If everything is rug swept and back to normal, then I'd have to disagree. But if things are aired, let out, everybody's over it, and certain people with certain patterns of behavior over the long term are also dealt with, yeah, I'm down with it.
Oh my god, the entire beginning part of this show has been code words. I've just been like, okay, I know something what's going on there. I am completely lost on that one. All right, I'm following this one.
It's
God
okay.
damn.
It's okay because my camera has a little icon on there that shows the perfect situation, or perfectly what's happening in this situation. Slow children at play. Oh, Moto.
God damn you! Have
Jared,
some
turn this
fucking
volume.
patience. No.
Okay, Jared.
In fact, let me blow it up for everyone.
This is what.
Nice.
I like it.
FYI, that is my Alliance logo. We were just waiting for it to be pending. Get back into play again. But
You do realize I will never join a corporation alliance with a logo like that, right?
Well, since you don't know,
Of course, the army would do this.
hey, it's
Well,
red.
Fucking West Pointers.
Shit.
Aloha.
So, welcome.
Gotta make this disclaimer again. I am not military, never have been. Thank you for inviting me on. I think I've said that almost every single time I've been here, so it's kind of a
Pretty
staple.
sure you have.
Hi, Reds.
It's a proper introduction for this, and
And I'm sure there will be some dumbass who will say, Reds didn't give that disclaimer. He's claiming to be veteran.
Stolen valor, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
they can try to claim it about me too. I, as far as I know, haven't really said that I'm not a veteran. I'm not a veteran, but I don't know. Are they going to just say that about one person, or?
there are occasions that special concessions are made and special invites are given based on topics that are expected to arise.
Military works with civilian people. Reds is just our civilian
Plumber.
contractor.
Contractor.
He's our plumber.
He's Blackwater.
Take it one day at a time.
He's a space plumber.
I held a door open for a bunch of people in camo. Does that count?
Maybe.
Depends on
Sure,
the
why
camo.
not?
Infrastructure contractor.
Jesus Christ.
He works in facilities.
If you want to go the long route, he's a civilian. He has had a contract. Well, contract is finger at least when
Opening doors has to do with
Piggies
transportation.
came out. So guess that is a civilian contractor.
Yep. So Tech, I just have to say, yeah. Apparently, 900 miles of it.
Oh yeah. Supposedly I'm having sex with someone who's 900 miles away. And listen, I love to brag, but Jesus Christ, dude.
It's not that big.
No, absolutely not.
That's what
little
she said.
Tiny thing. Little tiny thing.
Size does matter.
It's
Listen, we already had that conversation tonight.
Look, just for me,
fault.
just for me to actually get off properly, I need to use a pair of tweezers. So exactly.
You know, Reds, you could probably modify those. There are, different materials that you could put at the tip of the tweezers so it's not so sharp.
Oh no,
But
no!
he
I
likes
like
the pain.
Make it more velvety. Oh, a little bit of sadomasochism. Okay.
I mean, come on. Sadist, isn't he?
It's got to be silk, don't? Or if you want to be sadist, it's got to be sandpaper.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, perhaps even I wouldn't gag.
what?
Not from the size.
Veterans
my
Talk Weekly is
God.
performance art.
But then again, you're going to have a good night when you have your looking glass, your tweezers, and a sugar cube.
Here, we got Reds here.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Once again, hi, Reds. How are you this evening?
Buongiorno.
I think we put him into a laughing fit, so he broke the mute button.
God, did we even have a topic this week?
Kinda.
Did we ever?
We do now.
I was going to go with
Be right back.
police
Getting
officers should know the difference between a taser and a sidearm, but that's...
Well, ask for a ball because, yeah.
Have you ever seen him make that mistake?
Not that one specifically.
As long as you don't tase yourself in the balls.
Well, so here's...
I really like that, though.
I'm just grateful he remembered his key.
So
Right.
someone asked this question. I think I need to be clear about it. I prefer 60 grit sandpaper.
Well, you need a little course.
Well, so...
Reds, I had those sanding blocks. Those are really hard sanding blocks. What about those?
That's what
I
she
mean-
said.
To be clear, the tweezers were actually cut from a single piece of sanding stone. So, yeah, good stuff.
How does one tweeze with that?
Okay, so what you need to
Carefully.
do is you need to use your thumb and your index finger. And what you need to do is then you then break out your magnifying
Can't
glass
even get a
with your
good
other
grip
hand.
with tweezers
I'm
because
coming.
of all the little. I'll take conversations for $500. Conversation stoppers. I can't English. I'm getting a drink.
Can't talk, so now you're going to start drinking.
But anyways, so that
We're
whole
all
thing
drinking.
that Donkey wanted to bring up, my major point on this one is if Pat fucking Robertson can tell the difference between a taser and a firearm, and you can't, you should not be law enforcement.
No shit, right?
What was
No
that
argument
last
here.
recording? It was scream taser 3 times, so clearly the thought was there was a taser, but then all of a sudden you hear, oh shit, I shot him. Like, yeah, no shit, you did.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like that video of the woman who, while the other police officer held the man to the ground, she was holding her gun aimed at the man and pulled the trigger?
Oops.
Oops.
Well, the other thing is she was a 26-year veteran and training officer, right? Like not just are you an experienced officer, but you're supposed to be
I
training
just
the
got
new
back.
people.
Did you lose your virginity?
Sudden left turn.
These things do not go together.
This one time in Sunday church.
Would anyone like to buy some life insurance?
Yeah. Oh, God, no!
Are you
Fuck
sure?
you!
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
I just want to save some people 15%.
No.
Bullshit.
Sorry. Nerd Angle, I mean this with as most love and affection as I can say with it.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to make that joke. Go on.
Don't fucking talk when you're drunk online like that.
Oh. Legit, I was going for a hard left turn again, and I didn't even realize the joke I was making.
Yep.
Life insurance just sounded like a great fucking segue into nothing.
Oh.
Just got a text from Furball. He said, "Side note: circus peanuts cooked on a fire like marshmallows are not the same." So, anybody who
That was a
has an
question I
idea,
really
chime in.
wanted the answer to.
I thought so, so I just figured I would provide.
Wait,
All right.
Is Furball the motherfucker that's keeping the Circus Peanuts company afloat?
Yes.
God damn it.
I need to go get some.
Circus
Anything
Peanuts?
he has, I have to put in my mouth too. So.
Hey, no.
We were doing so well.
Bad buns.
And now it's all ruined.
I forgot about Circus Peanuts.
Yeah,
You know what, Davros, and this got brought up by other people. The police need to be trained that sometimes the perp does get away, and that they'll have to catch them later. Just shooting somebody in the back is not the appropriate response.
No, I think that actually there is a way to rectify that. What you need is something like the gun used in Trigun, the one that Millie uses, which is essentially a revolving thing.
That one.
Yeah, a revolving thing that fires out, folding out crosses weighing, what is it, 2 to 3 kilograms each, like a fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Just
you would definitely stop anything with that.
It's called her stun gun.
Stun gun my ass.
Yeah, it
Well,
knocks people the fuck out. is what it does.
After it breaks all your ribs, you're going to be pretty fucking stunned.
This is why I don't watch anime.
Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it.
Yeah,
I tried it. I dipped my toe in a little bit, and I fucking skedaddled out of that shit.
What, you didn't like the tentacle reaching back up to tickle your toe?
No.
That's hentai, dear.
You get used to it. It's okay.
But there's a blurry line.
Can
Garrett.
confirm you do.
But here's the question. When the beanbags don't do the job, do we start sending sandbags instead?
That's the only question you came up with?
Well,
Out
I
of
have
all
more
of this, that
questions,
was the
but
one?
we're live.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Rodent makes a good point. 6 people die of blood clots from the vaccine, and we put it on hold. Maybe we should do the same for cops.
Yeah.
That is a tough one because places that the cops have said, nope, fuck it, we're out, haven't exactly gone well recently.
No. You can't have no police force, but...
Yeah, there does need to be a reevaluation there, though, and a good bit of retraining, and maybe even an adjustment to the standardization of said training nationally. That way you don't have such a disparity between the basic education and training of your officers at different levels of assignment, be it state, metro, or county level.
To the surprise of literally nobody, not only am I not military, I'm also not law enforcement. but correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole getting confused between a taser and your firearm, aren't tasers like supposed to be, I don't know, isn't there something about like the feel of them, like the weight of them that clearly distinguishes between a taser and a gun?
And the color.
And the color.
Yeah.
And the grip. Side you keep them on.
So
the
question is, how is the
easy to
living
fucking
fuck can someone
mistake
get
one
confused
for the other.
between?
That is the multi-million-dollar question. How does someone get it confused, especially with the career experience that this person has?
Well, okay, the question beyond that is not how do they get it confused, it's if they didn't get it confused, then what was the motivation? Like,
Power?
why are we here now if they didn't actually fuck it up?
Yeah.
So that's the more difficult question than how do you
What's
get
it charged now?
confused.
Isn't it manslaughter?
I think so.
Currently.
Yeah, so manslaughter is when you kill someone but you didn't mean to kill them. Am I getting that correct?
No, they cannot. They do not have a case to support intent.
Oh, okay. That's how it's
Yeah.
phrased. Yeah, that
you,
makes more
you,
sense.
You took an action in which you knew someone could die in, but you didn't have intent necessarily to cause anybody harm.
Isn't that more like reckless endangerment?
Like negligence.
Reckless endangerment is simply pulling the weapon on them unnecessarily. Actually discharging and causing severe injury is your assault. Causing death is manslaughter.
But there is actually a way to get rid of all this. First of all, we need more police.
Darwinism.
Second of all, we need exoskeletons able to hold a fucking heavyweight. Third of all, we need to dress all the fucking police in thick fucking armor plates.
That are pink.
Lastly, we fucking dress them in pillows. And they have no weapons. What they do, if they see a perp, they dogpile the fuck out of them.
Oh, so like the army, yeah.
Yeah.
We also don't necessarily need more police. We need more competent police.
It's
really not.
We need less fucking
directions
white
at the same
supremacist
time.
police.
Exactly.
The other problem is that police guard their own, and so if you are seen to be going against the group, you are considered outcasted and like even if you're doing the right thing. So
And of course, most of the time when they screw up, who foots the bill? We do.
Police unions might be problematic.
Well, not just police unions, but some of the culture within the police.
Yeah,
sadly,
well, the whole idea of being against internal affairs to me is something that I disagree with, because you should not be afraid of someone acting as an internal check and balance against bad apples unless you yourself are a bad apple.
Yeah.
Davros, how do you shoot someone involuntarily? Well, we could talk about the defect that Leon found in one of his firearms.
That's a
I was
fun
just gonna
thing.
say it sounds more likely than fucking not to me.
I was gonna say accidental discharge happens a lot.
Oh God.
Yeah. However, this was an accidental discharge, not negligent
I seem to
discharge.
recall a certain vice president, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I kind of shot someone in the face. on a hunting trip.
Oh, you mean that kind of shooting in the face, and not Clinton?
Yeah. Vice president, not president.
If they had a choice between the two.
Well, you know,
Jesus.
the shooting of what and where. But yeah, and this is something where, if you happen to be a Glock owner, I would recommend that at least if you have a Generation 4 forwards that is still stock, measure your trigger housing. Measure how far up it sticks from the actual frame. Because for me, that meant that a certain thing went boom when it was not supposed to go boom. And it was a pain in the ass. Quite literally, too.
Ow.
Nicely done.
Are we still
A
talking
buddy of
about guns?
mine, he was cleaning his gun, and he was a fucking moron, and he shot himself, and he lost one of his fingers. So now he has a fucking Simpsons hand on one hand. And what's even better than that is he got the word awkward tattooed across his knuckles. So count the letters. Yes, Brian's a genius.
Wow.
Yeah, properly unload your firearm before cleaning it.
Yeah, he was picking bits of his hand out of the monitor a few days later.
You can lose your virginity.
What was
What
that
are you
about
fucking
virginity?
talking about now?
You donkey did lose his virginity. He's on a roll tonight.
That's the only thing more denigrating than you're a virgin is, oh, you lost your virginity. Like, Jesus Christ. That's
So
amazing.
confused.
Wait, I thought you... Never mind. Just remember, it's okay to like more than one. You don't need to be confused about that.
It is.
Not the confusion.
What's there to be confused about? It's a simple question.
There was no question.
No, the question is the aftermath. It's like, hey, babe, what did you like more, the 2 minutes of sex or the 90 minutes of crying?
Yep.
Is that 2 minutes of, consecutive sex, or is it split up?
That includes the
taking
foreplay.
breaks.
Oh, been there, done that, guys. This is PTSD material. This is my entire previous marriage.
It just sounds so uncivilized.
Okay,
Well, it got more uncivilized than that for those of you who know me.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give the little baby Davros an opportunity here, because he has asked for us to talk about 6 days in Fallujah.
Where the fuck is Fallujah?
Iraq.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it. I know a few people who were on the ground in Iraq during that time. I'm not in a place where I can really speak on it intelligibly.
Yeah, a few of my sergeants were around there, but I don't feel right giving an opinion on it because that's the degree of separation I have to it.
I have absolutely no connection to it and have not seen it.
And I'm obviously clueless, so...
Never saw it.
Now, there was a actual interesting one from Afghanistan that I saw, that I actually have my brother to thank for it. O.P. Restrepo. If you haven't seen that pieced together documentary, I suggest watching it. For those who have been deployed and and or have PTSD, if you do want to watch it, I suggest having someone you trust there to watch it with you. That gift comes in handy so much.
I just like the middle comment.
Snow Mexican. I love it.
Wow.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go call some cousins that.
That reminds me of the videotape of a girl trying to call. Essentially, she was scanning for white people, calling them snow roaches and all that kinds of stuff. And then someone said something back to her, and she had to make a video about it, and she was bawling her eyes out.
Hang on. The game is the most researched reproduction of real-world events that the blue-haired land whales say is race. Wow.
What the fuck are you?
So reality is no. I was reading Davros's comment. So apparently, the title 6 Days in Fallujah is a game based on the after-action reports from the initial 6 days of the Marines on the ground in Fallujah, and a lot of the overly wokist you know what? I will call them racist leftists because that's how they're behaving. They are calling the game, which is a direct representation of what happened and what the troops faced there, it's racist.
Awesome.
So you heard that. You heard that here now, people. Accurate retellings of recent historical events are racist.
Basically, it just sounds like they just want to be made victims.
Technically, they can be. I mean,
especially if those events were in fact racist.
Yeah. So, I mean, fucking, what's the name? Django Unchained. Incredibly racist. I mean, it's fictional, but you know what I mean. It's
so
portraying an area in time. Incredibly racist.
Yes, but to say that this is racist because it paints Muslims as the offending target, when in reality, Muslims were the offending target.
Oh, I mean, shit, dude. It is what it is. You can argue about the fucking geopolitical bullshit surrounding it. It's just fucking, that's what happened.
How long do we have to wait till someone gets pissed off that we're sniping elites in Halo?
What, 400 years?
Probably that already.
Listen, the grunts did nothing wrong. Don't kill the grunts.
I remember a lot of them coming at me in Halo Reach, ready to sacrifice themselves with 2 grenades in their hands. Fuck them.
But as you know, Reds, God is great.
I mean, no.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you right now, God has a lot to answer for.
Well, which one of them?
Yes. Because keep in mind, it could be said that each representation of a deity is just one different fracture of the delusional mind who started the story anyways.
What are you, Hindu?
I think God should be basically the spitting image of Morgan Freeman, like in Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Campbell. Just is. I'm not even gonna fucking say spitting image. Just is.
Why can't it be Gilbert Gottfried?
No.
Wait.
Sense of humor.
Wait, you want to know why it can't be Gilbert Gottfried? Because he wouldn't have read 50 Shades of Grey.
I just realized I want to see Gilbert Gottfried and fucking Buster Poindexter fight.
Oh, jeez. Now, you want the classic representation. You want George Burns.
That one could work.
God comes around, fucks shit up, and it's like, worship me, bitches. People do it.
Wait. You mean
Hey,
that there?
thanks for.
You mean there are people with overblown egos who go around and demand respect instead of earning it?
But are we sure that they're not
Yeah,
all
go figure. I know
glowed
it's shocking, but
anyways?
it's weird. Jesus,
That's just
Jesus
a chunk of
comes back to
society,
Twitter.
man.
Jesus comes at 3, like, hey, I've been on vacation. What's up? And then somebody says
That,
some
and now
bastard
I'm
ate
a
What if they're
So
technically
I want to.
Go on.
Uh-oh.
That motherfucker.
Is that? No, that is not KSP.
Oh dear fucking lord, no, Davros.
Hey, it's Universe Sandbox.
Cosby is acting like God is portrayed in the books and shit like that, but I sure as fuck wouldn't meet him, especially if he's offering a drink.
Sandbox.
I think he's more of a Zeus.
But are you gonna...
Rodent, you better not be lying about that.
Bruce Campbell will have a cameo in the new Doctor... That better fucking happen.
I'm making a note here. If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna fucking find you, Rodent.
Wow, what did I fucking miss?
Just don't give me hope like that.
All right, the comment from Rodent No Last Name. Bruce Campbell will have a cameo in the new Doctor Strange movie. It will involve a book and a chainsaw. Not kidding.
Oh no.
Oh god.
The Necronomicon.
And Davros confirmed it. Ooh.
I see issues here. Especially since that could mean a Disney reboot of, well, everything with that.
There already was a sequel series. Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
You know what? You know what? Rodent No Last Name, since this is on my channel, I have to say that, yes, your condition is a valid agreement and counter offer.
Let's see.
So when is Jay available?
Until I get a blowjob. Okay, you have to have a dick first, dude.
I was just gonna say sure, but we're not gonna say who's gonna give it.
It's late for that one.
I'm occupied, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of which, Mrs. Otter is going to be home in a little bit here, so I'm going to have to dip out in a few.
Such a lovely choice of phrasing there. You're going to have to dip.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dip out,
I'll
dip in.
Fucking whatever you want.
It dip out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Sorry.
Sorry, but no one's available to answer your call at this time. If you'd like to leave a message, please wait for the beep, then press pound, press 3, then dial your name, then press 6 and dial your number, then press star, press 69, ask for extension 4443, then leave your name and message. If you want to leave your number and the time you called, please press star twice, bark like a dog, spin in a circle, press 1 26 times, and wait for the beep. And thanks for calling.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
I want to do it.
That's definitely get somebody to not call you again. Here's another good one.
All right, boys, black-hatted, just the way you like 'em, and look at them udders. 800 now 9, 800 now 9, 800 now 900 now $900 here now 8.5. Yep, see now $900 here now 9 half now 9 half 925 now half and 9 1/4 now half here now 75 975 now $1,000. Eat $1,000 now 1025 and $1,000 now 1025. Let me a quarter here.
Thank you.
Wow.
I did not need a reminder that I lived in the Midwest. Thank you very much.
I was about to say, why do I actually understand him?
I actually understand all that.
Welcome to my childhood.
No shit, right?
I need a sentence diagram of everything he just said.
Fuck you.
You ain't gonna get it. You are not gonna get it. Go listen to the song Auctioneer, and there you go. Fair warning, it's country, so.
Oh, fuck that then.
So
I know the
crank
song
it.
you're talking about.
As do
So
I.
crank it up loud.
I don't have blonde hair though. I have brown hair. Technically, I have blue eyes, I guess, but.
Anyway.
What other fun
Now
shit
that song
happened
is
this week?
Okay.
fucking playing in my head.
Okay, so the other major thing that I specifically wanted to say as also a bit of a reminder of why this is a thing, during all the fuckery that happened the past week and a half, somebody decided to stick their foot in their mouth, and there were people in the live chat who decided to jump in and make it worse.
Yeah.
Step one.
This wasn't me, was it? Because
No.
that happens with me all the Okay.
No,
just
it
making
was.
sure.
It was.
I swear it wasn't me.
It was PhD Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While I understand why you asked the question of Sean, that you did on the plot hole, there is a better way to word questions that lead to topics of someone's mental state, especially mental health. And to the butthurt assholes in the live chat when it happened, fuck you. The attitude that you displayed by trying to jump on Tony for simply asking the question does no fucking good for anyone with mental health issues who actually needs someone to ask them how they are doing when things are going on. Yes, there is a better way to ask the question, but to say that the question shouldn't be fucking asked in the first place, you are doing more harm than good than there will ever be a way to quantify when it comes to the impact on the overall opinion, view, and handling of mental health by this society worldwide. If we cannot ask the questions, you will never get people to be okay with answering those questions honestly when they come up. Stop weaponizing your own mental health issues as a way to control what other people do.
Here, here.
Shit, I did not see that one.
I did.
I am so lost right
Were they saying that the question shouldn't be asked, or that he should not have gone as far into it, as far as analyzing?
When Tony came onto that panel, he asked Sean a question about his state of mind and mental state that led to a mental health idea of a way to try to understand why Sean made the decisions that he did. The question, in my opinion, was not a bad question to be asked. How Tony worded it and how Tony presented the question could have used a lot more tact and polish. That's my criticism for Tony. He needs to word some of these questions far better to be understood and accepted as not being offensive. My main criticism is to the people in the live chat who wanted to jump on Tony for simply asking that type of question to begin with. Fuck you. People need to be able to ask questions about how someone else is doing, because maybe that's what it'll take for that person to get the help that they need. If we are so afraid of talking about these subjects to the point that you can't even ask a "how are you doing" question, or "what state were you in when this happened" question, you are just as bad as the people who are trying to use it as a weapon to bully and berate someone because of a condition that they are dealing with.
Yeah. That's terrible.
what just happened, but let me ask, was it a "hey, how are you doing," or
could not hear anything of that?
Like probing in more than one?
Tony's question was
They're respectful.
Tony's question was more along the line of, you're normally of clearly connected and logical framework in how you present things. What you have portrayed does not fit that mold. Is there the possibility of some mental health issue that hasn't been addressed that could have been playing a factor? That's how he framed it. There's a better way to go about the question, but people in the live chat wanted to give Tony shit because he simply went there.
Well,
All right, we're
push the issue.
We missed most of that, Reds. You might have to refresh.
Respectful?
You're cutting in and out,
Yeah,
dude.
probably.
There we go.
There it is.
It's just
He'll be back.
people
what's
were
left
getting
after a
pissed
certain
at
position.
just presenting the prospect that Sean might not have been in a 100% mentally perfect state to give us this situation, and they were pissed at that.
People were pissed that he went to the mental health question in general.
Oh no, that's part of the analysis. You have to assess whether or not someone was in their right mind when doing something. It's a worthy question to be asked.
It could have been worded and framed better. That is my criticism of Tony. Is he bungled, and now you're better. Yeah, he bungled how it was asked, but people jumped on him because he asked.
Okay, yeah, no, I have no idea what he actually said, so I'm not going to speak to that. But the mere prospect of bringing up whether or not someone may have had a fucking mental health issue or something when they made a legitimately bad decision, that's a reasonable question to ask.
Is Reds working now?
Question was, did he push too hard or something?
It wasn't.
Go ahead.
On.
All right, I'll go.
No. Go.
Damn international lag. I did not see the question as pushing too hard from Tony. I think the question just could have been presented in a better way, in a more diplomatic, more
tactful.
Yes, a much more tactful way. But Tony does have a history in how he presents certain topics as being juggled at best. It's part of who and how he is, but that does not excuse it in this case.
Yeah, as people said earlier, Tony has no tact.
And this is something where we were talking about it at the time, and it's something where Tony managed to fall right into the trap of coming across as infantilizing the issue. More in the sense in his tone of acting as if this is something that Sean had nothing that he could actually help with, that Sean was powerless to do something about. And it's a really fine line that you need to actually make sure that you don't fall off when talking about these issues. When you start talking about these issues, you can't infantilize the people that you're talking about. You can't infantilize the issues themselves. Because if you start doing that, all of a sudden, everyone who is or who has one of those issues fall into those boxes in the way that you're presenting it. It's not black and white. It's a very, very grayscale subject. And it needs to be treated that way.
It can get a little bit offensive to people who suffer with some of these issues when the issues are mixed up, when we start saying, well, they started doing this and this because they're mentally ill. And then, people with perhaps a mental illness start saying, well, that didn't, I have what they're talking about, and that doesn't make me lie for X number of months or murder people or whatever. And you're trying to say that you're trying to stigmatize people with this sort of mental illness when what is going on in X situation has nothing to do with symptoms of that mental illness. We can't just say, just broad brush mental illness as just, something that will result in XYZ behavior. Maybe certain things can impact judgment at times and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that, if a certain issue displays character flaws, can we try not to bring people with mental illness into it?
I don't think that this is a conversation about whether someone has, a mental issue. I think this, if that is something that you are curious about, I would recommend having that conversation with that person in private.
No, it wasn't. We're not the one asking it. We're talking about.
No, just in general. Just in general.
Okay.
Just in general, if you
I
are.
thought you were responding to me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm merely adding to it. It's if you are concerned that someone might be going through some mental shit right now, I think it's always better to talk to the person privately. Always.
I can see that.
Especially given that mental illness is somebody's medical info. But HIPAA exists for good reason. This is private stuff.
That is fair, but it depends on how okay, this is going to get a little weird. How public certain behaviors are. So
true.
I'm trying to think of a scenario. Oh, this one has absolutely nothing to do with me. Say a lady goes out in her front yard and starts doing yoga naked for the entire, neighborhood to see.
That does have an impact on those around her. Yeah, they might perhaps need an explanation. I get
that. I can't be held fucking in any kind of ill regard for saying, what the fuck are you doing? So, or are you crazy for doing that or something like that? So I'm just, on one hand, yes, you want to go talk to, ideally you want to talk to someone privately about that, but it also depends on how much of a public thing is involved. So I don't know. It's tough to say either way.
And that's where the situation that spawned this reaction from you from it is that question at the time couldn't be taken to private because of the particulars of what was going on, the conversation that was taking place, and how it was allowed to snowball from where it began.
I understand. I'm talking. I guess what I was referring to with that was the indelicate manner in which it was brought up, and even when you are driven to talk about a public thing or a private thing publicly, do it with a little bit of at least some delicacy, because it is, physical health. I mean, I guess mental health is physical health. It has to do with the brain, which is very physical. But it's personal.
Yeah. I will say that, Stavros is saying, like, never bring up the issue unless somebody else brings it up or whatever. Yeah, but some people are never going to bring it up. Some people need somebody else to bring it up to. And I'm not saying that Tony did it in the right way or anything like that. But just hoping that somebody else will bring it up or whatever if you notice behavior that might mean that they're off from their norm, that something might be going on in their life.
Elephant in the room, kind of.
Yeah, is not the right way to handle it either. There's a certain level of tact, and I'm not saying that, getting them to a professional or somebody who knows how to handle it better, but that's not always that easily, it's easier said than done.
Well, and sometimes a given person needs a sharp poke, as it were. My brother was having some serious delusions for a while because he was on fucking heroin, and that really sucks. But it took to the point where he was seeing little green men, and one day came over and was, what did he say? he was saying he was going to cover for me because he saw me ripping copper out of the walls to go sell, and he wasn't going to tell my dad about it, and that wasn't fucking happening. And he was like, "No, it's okay, man. It's all right." And I'm like, "Dude, you're fucking nuts. You need to back the fuck off and figure out what's going on." And he was like, "No, it's okay. I'm not. I saw it. It's all right, dude." It's like, "Come into my house. Take a look at that. Do you see anything in my fucking walls? You are going nuts. You need to fucking get some help." And it sucked. And it was a fucking sharp poke, but it's what he needed. And he did get help. And he's doing a hell of a lot better now, like, 15 years later. So sometimes it's the tactless method can be effective. I'm not saying it is and always will be, but I'm saying in some cases it can be.
It's also knowing the person that you're dealing with.
And
that I don't want to assume here, but and again, I haven't actually watched it. So just for the people that did watch it, you tell me. Do you believe that Tony was coming from a place of sincere like worry for the guy, or do you think he was trying to score a point in some way, shape, or form?
I think
like what was the motivation for asking the question? Was it to genuinely probably get help for him?
I think he was trying to figure it out.
I think it was more genuine. I think he was trying to figure it out, and something to remember, and this is straight from Davros in the chat. Tony is delicate, like using a forklift as a toothpick.
Oh,
fucking masterful.
I'm just asking, what was the intent there? Was the intent like to cause a shit show, or was it to genuinely like help out?
I don't think it was to cause a shit show. I don't think it was to get him help. I think it was genuinely to try to figure it out.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I agree.
Causing
a
shit show doesn't sound like Tony's MO.
Being a part of one, on the other hand,
I was going to say it's just the end result sometimes.
But
again, I have no fucking clue, so that's the reason for me asking it.
Yeah, and that's why I will continue to say this. I don't disagree with Tony being curious of that possibly being a factor. I think he could have worded it so much better.
Yeah. Well, as the saying is going to be repeated often, we all make mistakes.
Yeah. We do.
And sources. Go on.
And we make mistakes, and every mistake we make has a different way of making amends after. Sometimes the amends to take place after is pretty straightforward and simple. Other times, it's convoluted as fuck, and to the point where who knows what it would take.
Yeah, believe me, I feel you there. 110%.
But here's also something that's, been happening more and more this last year. There's been a lot more people trying to be part of everything. And, you can take it for a little bit, but it's really starting to fray people's nerves right now with all the bullshit going on.
Yep.
And some people, even people who aren't, directly involved, are starting to get, worn out. You don't really notice it at first, but unless you distance yourself from this kind of shit right now, you will get pulled into it until you get burned out.
Yeah.
And at that point, no one's got any use for you anymore, not even yourself.
Right now, the internet is a lot like ancient Greece. It's just a bunch of city-states, in which case tiny little pocket communities here, and they have various amounts of overlap. And when you have a story like a shit show like this, and it drags everyone in, you're going to have nothing but a disaster at the end of the day.
But
a whole
here are
bunch
some
of people that can't get along in the best of times. Now there's a shit show going on, and you're left saying, "Oh fuck, here it comes," and then the nuke drops.
Well, it's also the fact that all these little these little adjacent communities are watching a scenario in which might hit home for some of them. Each community has had some sort of fundraiser here, there, or elsewhere. And usually, it's done on a basis of trust. And now we see what can happen or almost happen, whether or not we would have gone into a lawsuit situation with certain other people. That could have been even worse had that gone forward, had that been allowed to go forward. And now all these little communities are seeing what can happen when the bad guy isn't the one you might be suing. Now it's somebody else.
See, this is why I try and donate particular items instead of just straight up dollars.
There has to be some sort of other way to provide a way for people to donate items, like GA said, or other sorts of service, or donate directly to companies that hold somebody's bills. I don't know if there's a way to do that anonymously or without compromising the person's privacy, their, whatever. There has to be some sort of alternative.
My hope at the end of this is that the community doesn't stop helping people. I'm not going to be hosting any more fundraisers for obvious reasons. I have a bad taste in my mouth because of this shit, and I'm sick of the nonsense and also being demonized for the sin of helping a friend. I'm kind of sick of it. But at the same time, I don't want people to stop helping people. So if there is another way to not necessarily donate cash, but to donate like maybe food or clothing or the necessities that people may need, so that they don't have to worry about those things and can focus the money they do have on like keeping a food over their or keeping a roof over their head. I'm all for that, but I just don't know the answer right now. I really don't.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
Later.
See you.
Take care of yourself. Later. But this is also something that's, it's been tangentially brought up quite a few times now. This isn't one community. This started essentially as one community. But as people have started to add their own small channels to it, it's just turned into a whole mishmash. And with all these communities, when people try to say that, oh yeah, we need this for the community, or I'm so big in the community, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you've understood or misunderstood how this actually works. And with that, you have so many people also trying to take over what the other people have in order to make their own share of the community larger. Instead of actually keeping to their own bullshit. So, for example, now with the people who are quote-unquote debunkers, who sit down and watch a video, comment on it, they don't debunk shit. They just sit there and watch a video and comment on it. That's not debunking.
Yeah, that's commentary.
You can take the people who bring something up and they say, for example, go with research papers. That isn't per se debunking. Debunking is something quite specific in that you can take claims, as in outright claims, and you can show where those claims are wrong. Having something like a quote-unquote debate about bullshit, where all you're doing is having two people just sit there and shout at one another, it isn't debunking.
Or a debate.
Yeah.
Call it the dumpster fire.
Debaters.
But all that gets just lumped together, and all of a sudden we have the debunking community. No, there's no the debunking community. And now with something like this actually having an effect over the debunking community, no, it won't. Few people actually know what the fuck's been going on here. And that is the issue. People don't know shit about this as a whole. People know stuff in their own community, and then other stuff from outside that just starts to, slither in. Whether it be full facts, whether it be full video clips, etc., or if it's just snippets and, misquoted shit.
One thing that I noticed, like going back to the city-state issue, is that no one is aligning with each other anymore. They're all aligning for themselves, and because of that, you have even more bullshit being quite literally manufactured in real time that's really hard to keep up. And because of that, this shit just isn't fun anymore. I mean, it used to be fun. It used to be great. But god damn, it has gone down the shitter. It has really gone like the quality of people's experience on Twitter and YouTube. Not to say it was great at first, but it wasn't this.
Yeah.
Well, my thoughts on that is you have a stark difference between the personalities involved. At the beginning of it, you had a lot of people who were in it because of a genuine curiosity and care and interest in the topic, in actually having the discussions. Now you have a lot more people who admittedly are here for the money.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I can name a few people that are in it for just the money. It may not have started out that way, but now it's only that. People who don't want to get a job for whatever fucking reason, or can't get a job for whatever fucking reason, they make YouTube their life. Now, if you make YouTube your life, there's not anything wrong with it, but I would recommend building a YouTube channel built on honesty rather than bullshit, because then you're just making money off of slandering people. In which case, I have no respect for you, and fuck you guys if you do that. It's but going back to my feelings on it, I mean, to the point where, you know, a charity for somebody could be used as a battering ram for that person, even though they just wanted to try and help out. Fuck this place.
Well, for 5 US, Anamorphic Mind actually has a very good question.
All right.
Could Unirock be another reason it's not fun anymore?
I
don't see him as a reason. I see him as a symptom.
Yeah. Or in an excuse. Here's the thing. Ignore him. Like, just it's that easy.
Let me be clear. He is the zit on the ass of the world's smallest amoeba. He doesn't matter. And you see him right now putting my name and everything, using my name for clickbait, because he can't survive off of his own quote unquote popularity. He needs to lump other people in with his bullshit and try to be involved in order for him to feel relevant.
He's a leech.
He's a leech. He's a bottom feeder. And I have said, you know, what was it, like a few months ago, that I'm done. He does not impact my life. He doesn't impact who I am. And, you know, if he wants to go ahead and have a victory lap over Sean screwing the pooch on this one, then by all means, have your fucking victory lap. But I see it as a hollow victory, because at the end of the day, what was actually exposed here?
Yeah.
Sean was very desperate at the time and made some very bad choices. Took his friends for a fucking ride, but at the end of the day, this wasn't a situation with a Nigerian prince. This wasn't like the Kyle Curtis situation, who literally submitted forged documents to a court to try and get away with stealing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars, many times more than whatever Sean spent on shit like food, power, internet, things that he needed at the time.
I think those are honestly the least of the issues. Right.
I mean, yeah, those are the least of the issues, you know. But you know, comparing blow for blow, what Sean did was pretty weak. But at the same time, this has been the weakest shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Now, I'm not going to be hosting any more fundraisers because of it, because again, bad taste in my mouth because of it. But to the people who are trying to make this into something it's not, you know why. It's because they're bottom feeders. Sean has a lot to be sorry for and a lot to answer for, but the fact that it's been blown to this big a proportion, I see it as equivalent of making a mountain out of a molehill.
I must admit to being relieved that it wasn't blown into even bigger proportion by us actually getting into court with Unirock.
Correct. Because at the end of the day, the main target was trying to convince, or the main goal was trying to convince people that I was a scammer. The only thing that was accomplished was the reveal that I was lied to as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
You kind of got pulled into it.
And now, granted, I'm going to have to eat shit because of that. It's not fair, but life isn't fair. Okay, fine. It's going to happen. What will come will come. And I'll just have to fucking deal with it, or just straight up ignore it. The question is, what do I do from here? Do I hold it against him for the rest of his life? Do I forgive him but just cut him out of my life? You know, what do I do? I'm still debating what I could do, but you know, I then come to the conclusion that, in all honesty, at least Sean didn't spend it on hookers and blow.
Yeah.
I'm at least happy for that. And I wish that Sean would have had more confidence in the community that had confidence in him. I wish Sean would have been upfront with me instead of making me ride on a fucking merry-go-round at 800 miles an hour to the point where I'm spewing chunks. Because at the beginning, we all just wanted to help him out. AT2, Team Skeptic, me, Fight the Flat Earth. We all just wanted to help him out. We had nothing but his best interest at heart. And as of right now, that respect was not reciprocated, and that's pretty fucked up. So I don't know if I can kind of just say, fuck it, whatever, come here and give me a big hug type of deal, or do I have to say something like, you know, I forgive you, but I'm going to cut ties with you? Or do I say I don't forgive you and still cut ties with them? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I haven't even decided yet myself either. I mean, it's a tough position to be in, where I did a lot of the legwork when that situation came up. I was the one who said, no, I'm not letting you be homeless. There's other options out there. Let's see what we can actually get together first, and then evaluate the options from there. It is, don't give up. This is not a reason to give up at this point. And now I'm getting shit on for it.
I can understand why you did that, because you were in the same boat that I was. We just wanted nothing but the best for him. And at the time, this was the best that we could come up with. And unfortunately, like I said, that respect just wasn't reciprocated in this case. And it's left a bad taste in my mouth to the point where I'm just like, I ain't doing any more fucking fundraisers on my channel. Fuck that. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can. I don't think people can put any blame on me for feeling that way.
No.
No.
So it's just one of those things where where it's an unexpected curveball. Let's just put it that way, and it's kind of got me fucked up in more ways than one. And I gotta think, like, you know, what do I do from here as far as my relationship with Sean? Because this was a big nothing burger that he made into the Mount fucking Everest of bullshit, and I'm expected to climb it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know me and Fergal's history a bit with him, so I can kind of feel your pain in a different way, but I can kind of feel your pain.
Yeah, seeing something like that is why I can easily justify looking at that fucking mountain ahead of us and just turning around and saying, nope, not my bullshit.
Yeah. Well, this is the best that I could do in this situation is because I literally have no other way to quote unquote make this right, is to offer refunds, to dip into my own bank account and offer refunds to anyone who wants it. And that offer is still open to this day, and it will be an ongoing offer until April 28th. I've given people 2 weeks, since now that they've heard what Sean had to say, they can make their choice on whether or not they want their money back. So I said, if you want your money back, then what I will do is I will help Sean with this over the next 2 weeks. Eventually, he is going to have to pay me back, but at least the donors would be made whole again. You know what I'm saying? So I would be kind of like that buffer to make sure that they get taken care of right now, and I'll worry about myself later. Right now, this is all about making it right to whoever feels as though they have been wronged. And so I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead and do this for people. And despite doing that, and despite that being a repeated thing both on my channel and on my Twitter that we're offering refunds for this, I'm still seen as the bad guy. Funny how that works.
Yeah, and the funniest thing to me is the people who say that, oh, how is that supposed to fix it? It's like, the trust is already lost, and or the trust is already damaged. About all that myself and Reds can do, as we were ones who opened the door, allowed the avenue, and were decision makers to the point of bringing the attention to it. I'm sorry. I was fucking lied to. I went with the information that I was given because it was from a source that I, at the time, did not have a reason to doubt what they were saying based off of history and my own situation and knowledge of my renting my rental agreement at where I was at the time. So the information that I was working on, I believed to be complete and accurate. It wasn't. I made that mistake in trusting it. And all I can do at this point is a guarantee to do better the next time, which isn't going to be any time in the foreseeable fucking future. And if someone is at the point that they want a refund, that's really the only tangible thing that I can do and that I can see be offered. If you really just want to rant and rave and be angry at someone, be it the person that is actually the root cause of the bullshit. Sean.
Well, I think that, you know, the intention of you guys is right out here on display. You guys have found out about something. You're pretty gutted, and you're coming out and trying to make it right in whatever way you can see to do that. Your intent is to keep things right. Something went wrong, came out about it, you're trying to fix it. And I hope that goes a long way.
And
the group of people though, they're like hitting on like you and Reds. They're not. There's nothing that's going to appease them. They're not here for anything but to fan the flames. That's all they're here for.
Yeah, and I was.
That's all they're going to do.
And I was about to say, those people are also the ones who were quite literally hoarding the evidence, despite us asking, "Hey, what information you got?" I can be swayed with information. Show me the information. Show me where I have something wrong, and I will thank you for the information once it's confirmed and verified. Until then, you're just talking out your fucking ass.
My thing is that, yeah, if you have information, great. I would very much like to see it, but don't call me a scammer before you even make the offer, because I'm just going to say go fuck yourself.
I can think of certain other people who would love to have seen that information quite a lot earlier, like way back when they were doing 4-hour interviews with you and a certain other person. And when they were pledging to help financially with lawsuits on this sort of thing, that information could have been really well used a lot earlier. So if you sat on this, fuck you.
It's this. They're looking for a drama fix because that's what they survive on. Fuck any real content. It's all about them drama clicks.
Mind you, though, Reds, there's a lot of people in this, well, wider coalition of communities that have been given information about things. Even people who, well, have claimed to be the moral arbiters of everything going on. And they've decided to ignore it. Because, well, it's either not useful to me right now, or it's something that could actually actively hurt my business interests. You do have a lot of things like that going on. And sadly, when it comes to people choosing money, despite, claiming to be in a debunking community, over actually wanting the truth of the matter out, that's a bit of an issue.
I would say so. I'd say it's a huge fucking issue. And if you're putting money or any sort of potential financial gain as whether or not you act on something or whether or not you actually listen to what's being brought to you, eat a fucking dick.
Well, keep in mind that this all started with the conclusion. The conclusion was that there was a fraudulent fundraiser going on, but they didn't know which one. They had no evidence for it. So basically, they were leading the evidence to their preferred conclusion instead of following the evidence where it leads. And in this case, unfortunately, they were accidentally kind of maybe not really correct about this one. I maintain, and I still do, and I don't give a fuck if anyone's pissed off about it, this was not a scam. Nobody was scammed. This is a story of a guy who didn't reach his goal, was getting desperate, and decided to use the funds to help himself in a way more pressing at that moment in time. Should he have been honest about it? Absolutely. Am I pissed that he lied to me? Oh, absolutely as well. Now I have to eat a shit sandwich because of it.
Yeah, I think if he had been transparent, nobody really would have had any issues.
Yeah, if he would have just said, "Hey, shit is starting to get really tough for me, and I want the community to know what is going on," and if he broke it down, nobody would give a shit. That's why I'm saying he should have had more confidence in the community than he did. He should have had more confidence in the community. He should have been able to come forward and just be like, "Look, shit's getting really tough for me right now. And, X, Y, and Z is happening," and just explain it. Explain it to the best of your abilities. And just be honest with the community. If he would have done that, nobody would give a shit. And in fact,
think the part that really...
If I were to tell this story to someone outside of the quote-unquote community, I bet you 9 times out of 10, people will be like, well, who gives a shit? But because he decided to drag his ass on this for so fucking long and basically bring a lot of people down with them, that's where we have an issue.
That's the issue, the bringing down people with him. I don't think they would be so much, I don't give a shit. Once you bring that part in, the dragging people down with their reputation and their money, I'm thinking, again, the loss of that was going to that. I think people would care a bit more once that was included.
So now that we have this, basically there's this, I don't want to say there's an expectation, that might be the wrong word here, but there's this feeling I have where people are going to expect me to do this. And listen, this happened on my channel, and even though I was fucking lied to and am gutted, I see it as me having no choice. And also, like I said, I do believe it is the best thing I can do in this situation, which is to offer refunds. But it comes down to, like, holy fuck, I can't believe I'm in the situation for the crime of helping Sean Hufford, where I have to dip into my own pocket if anyone wants their donations refunded. I shouldn't have to be in that situation, but here I am doing it because, I value people not getting ripped out of their money. And if anyone feels as though they have been ripped off out of their money, I would like to be the one to make that right if I could, or at least help make that right if I could.
And if for some reason you can't directly get a hold of Reds, get a hold of me.
Exactly. We have multiple people that they can try and contact. Jared is one of them. Sean Hufford is one of them. Slice Barkane is one of them. I am one of them. But instead, I haven't gotten that. And this is public. They posted it publicly on my Twitter. I haven't gotten people in my comment section asking for refunds. I was told that they exist. They haven't fucking shown themselves to me yet. Instead, what I've gotten is a whole bunch of DMs and phone calls about how they would like to donate more money, not to Sean, but to me, to offset anyone who may want their refund so that I don't take a financial hit on it.
I don't think anybody who honestly donated is actually going to be interested in a refund.
You and me both on that. I think that the number of supposed pissed off donators is extremely exaggerated.
Probably, but
I would go
think
so far as to say that I would say maybe 99% of the people who are quote unquote pissed off about this didn't even donate.
Oh yeah.
As one who did donate, I'm not asking for a refund because Sean did what he needed to do. Do I forgive him for lying to us as a group? No, but I can understand why he did what he did.
I think we're almost running the risk of kind of shaming anybody who would feel like maybe they should be refunded. I think they're.
If they want it, they should definitely
I
come forward
understand.
and ask.
I'm talking about the tone. I don't think
No, I
anybody
understand.
should be made to come forward. Of course, they won't be in your comments, especially with how the environment is. I'm certainly not going. No. But that said, I certainly, if somebody feels they want to, I totally understand. And absolutely, if you think that you gave and you gave something sacrificially that should have been actually put more to better use to help you with your own financial situation, go ask for a refund.
Yeah.
And there are people who are providing for that. That's, that's why they're doing it.
I want to make this clear is that if someone comes to me asking for a refund, it's no questions asked. I'm not going to ask them to, why do you feel as though you need a refund? I'm not going to ask that question. It's fucking stupid. It's no questions asked. If you donated and you want a refund, you get a refund back.
People want refunds. They're reaching out privately, so it's like none of us would know. Yeah, and if they do, I don't fault anybody does, but it's like I'm like Jay. I wouldn't ask for one either.
And I'm not going to mention who wants a refund or not. That's not. I mean, if they want to go ahead and say I asked for a refund and I got it back, then that's on them. But I'm not going to reveal who asked for a refund or why or whatever because I'm not going to ask why, and I don't care who.
And to be honest, nobody needs to know why they want a refund or if they do ask for a refund. That's
correct.
between you, Sean, and them.
Yeah, and anyone who comes to me for one, and I would prefer it private because I want a chance to apologize to that person directly.
I think the intention of you guys is very clear. But that's just me.
Night Burns.
Night Burns.
Making it super abundantly clear that I don't hold anyone's bad feelings towards this in a bad light. I don't. If you feel as though you've been lied to and cheated, believe me, I feel lied to and cheated as well. I feel your pain. So if you want a refund, that's why I'm doing this, because even though it's kind of a shit situation, I still would like to try and help make that person whole again by refunding their donation. If that's because that's literally the only thing I can do. I don't have a time machine made of solid gold where I can go back in time and talk to my old self and be like, "Hey, Tinkerbell, let's chit chat before you do this shit."
It's the best you could do, and you're great for doing it.
Yeah, I can't fucking do anything more than that. I mean, it's like, hey, what are you gonna do to make this right? I'm gonna offer refunds to anyone who wants it.
You're trying your best to season a shit sandwich, so I think in light of what you've just been handed, you're doing what you can.
I'm doing what I can, and roll with the punches. And keep in mind, I am fully aware that the people who don't want to be quote unquote impressed with my response are not going to be. However, this refund campaign, I guess we'll call it, is not for them. So I'm not appealing to them. Quite frankly, they can go fuck themselves. I'm doing this for the people who donated.
And part of why I'm saying a little bit more than maybe I normally would is because Furball has plenty of thoughts and he can't make it tonight.
Yeah. We should have a nice conversation with Furball sometime.
You should give him a call.
Although he's kind of in a rough spot right now when it comes to signal.
At the moment, yes. Maybe try Monday.
What about next Tuesday?
He can get text.
It arrives on Tuesday.
Sorry, I don't have that board up yet.
Oh,
I have too many soundboards to cycle through.
Or you don't have a large enough rig with enough buttons.
Bullshit!
How many buttons do you need, really? You just need to be good with one of them.
Well, different kind of button, hon.
Yeah, because the D was surprisingly large.
2 of them. 2. Maybe 3.
Well, it depends. What's your
perhaps 4?
What's your definition of a button, though?
I mean, it could be like
It could be more
dial,
of an area.
A dial, a push pad. Ring my bell to be a special subscriber. Oh, fuck off.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Turn my dial to be a special subscriber.
You just said that low enough so you couldn't take it as easily.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. I can still get it. Adobe Audition is a wonderful piece of software.
God damn it. So what were you about to say, Leon?
Well, I'm just thinking because with fundraisers, etc., trying to raise funds, etc., and something that's actually going on, well, on the 82 server right now too, with a raffle going on, which is something that's, well, a continuous raffle. Essentially, every week there will be one or several games that are up for the raffle, and you can, if you want, just, well, donate money and get raffle tickets, which is something where, well, it's going to go to the server. One of the first goals is just trying to get a Raspberry Pi 400 to have as a backup for the server game or server streaming stuff.
Yep. And the more people that we have who actually enjoy the offerings, because that's another thing with for those who may have forgotten the entire genesis of all this, stemming from a lot of the subject matter on the Canar with Damar series and how we've been rather analytically critical of media offerings in general, aside from just sci-fi related stuff. A couple of us in the background just decided to randomly start watching good shows and good movies together on Discord. And instead of keeping it to just us privately, Leon here had the idea, hey, why don't we do this on the server and let other people join in and watch with us as a bit of a hangout, as that decompression, as that get away from the nonsense of everything that's going on. And it started out as just a couple days a week to now every weekday we have something showing between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern is when we start. So make it the weeks you can, make it for the shows you can. You don't have to stay the entire time. You can drop in and come and go as you please. We're there, we're doing it no matter what. But that raffle, you're both getting something from it directly because we have the game codes there ready to go for people to get for whoever wins the raffle. And everything that the raffle brings in, as Leon just said, is going to go towards an alternate platform. That way we have a dedicated device for sharing whatever it is that we're watching, instead of having to rely on myself, Leon, Burns, Donkey, whoever it is that is available and has access to what we're showing that night based on everyone's schedule. Oh, crew wants us to start over. Oh, dude, you're gonna have to rewind and watch this over from the beginning because, oof.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
We had some fine form.
Also, don't want to bring it back to this one more time, but I'm gonna. There is one last thing I do want to say, and that is the moving on aspect. Everyone's opinion here I value. So keep in mind that an itch that I have is, and I don't know why, I like helping people. So if I see someone that's about to lose their fucking home, I try to do what I can to help out. But do you guys feel me on this one, that doing fundraisers, especially in this climate, is kind of not the best?
I would say it kind of depends on the fundraiser for what and for who.
But let's just say it doesn't. Let's just say any fundraiser in general. It could be, let's say someone is about to lose their home and they need to come up with payment so that they don't get foreclosed on. If you run a fundraiser for that, then you will actually achieve the goal of preventing that person from getting kicked out on the street. But is it worth the fucking nonsense that's going to follow after that?
I mean,
let's say you did it with good intentions, but then you found out that he didn't actually raise enough to keep his home, so instead he spent it on food on the side of the road in a hotel for the evening.
I think that the main thing here is that you need a neutral arbiter in order to make sure that the fundraiser has actually gone through with the communication from both ends. It's not so much the money itself, it's not so much how it's being used in the first place. It's more the way that it's been accounted for.
I mean, and everybody's going to make their own thing. I don't think we should stop helping the community and stop helping each other because there's one bad apple or a few bad apples out there. I mean, obviously those people are out there, you know. Is there a chance of this happening again? Sure. Is there a chance of something worse happening? Sure. But just because there's a chance of something bad happening doesn't mean that we can that we should just stop doing good.
No, but it does mean we should improve our methods.
And that's fine.
Now, that's why I'm saying a third-party arbiter. Whenever there's something like a major fundraiser, not something along the lines of, okay, here we have minor thing, and I'm going to try to raise $500 for minor thing. We can show that minor thing has actually been acquired, and minor thing has a market value of $500. In those cases, now you kind of don't need an external arbiter. But if you have something like, okay, I need $5,000 for whatever the fuck. In that case, it's something more where, okay, $5,000, you get someone who is actually an external arbiter, someone who can look over the money, someone who can actually communicate back and forth, And if it happens that you don't have full and clear communication between all parties, the money gets refunded. The fundraiser is nil. The fundraiser is not void.
We're assuming a lot of trust on the part of the arbiter. What if it, I mean, we're talking about a situation where everybody trusted the person and they turned out to be a bad apple. Of course, the parable there is one apple spoils the bunch. So we've kind of gotten a bit of our whole bunch has been spoiled a little bit here. Now we need to find out how to avoid the need to put our trust in a third party, whether it's a third party to take care of a PayPal account or some other aspect of the transaction.
Yeah, well, you can put a legal third party that's not like a person, like that's like a person from a bank or an entity or whatever, in charge of the money to make sure that it's used properly, for the most part. Not going to get into that, but I mean, so if that's the route that people feel that needs to be taken for helping people out, then maybe that is.
Usually the way that it was done on my channel is that we did just, we trusted Sean that he would be very forward about what was happening, given that this fundraiser was to help him with what was happening. That, of course, did not happen.
Right. And so now should we not trust Sean? Maybe. Like that's fair. But should we also not trust you? Should we not trust AT2? Should we not trust is no one now of trustworthy, no matter what their private
I think we need to. Well, this is coming almost as an accusation to any nameless person who might eventually step up to head up a fundraiser. And I think we need to rethink this. And instead of asking ourselves who is or is not trustworthy, we should ask, in what way can we ease the people who are giving so that they have the security of knowing X, Y, and Z? How can we provide them that confidence? How can we instill the confidence? And not just instill the confidence, instill it for a good reason. Show them that their confidence isn't misplaced, that
we have
okay, real quick before this ends up going off the screen, we have quite the list added on to the super chat now.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
I will require receipts, affidavits, notarizations, testimony under oath, and a personalized note from God that this donated money will be spent on completely useless nonsense.
And Techatron.
Hey, before Tech, you also have Leon. You forgot the subpoenas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Well,
and then from Tech, we also need a DNA sample, lock of hair, and the firstborn.
And then rodent.
And then a hay bale spun into gold.
What I think, well, this is the reason why I'm asking this, is because I do not want the quote unquote community to stop helping people.
Yeah.
I don't want people to get on hard times and feel scared to ask for help from this community. I want us to still be a community that's there for each other.
Yeah,
just in this climate with the shit that's constantly going on, it's like, how do we proceed from here? Because I do want to help people still, but now it's just a question of how. What's the right way?
And I think some of this needs to be is going to be a case by case basis, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
But
when we
how will
let's go ahead but let's take that on board. We have a case by case basis. Okay. What do we do for each of the cases? This is a big question that I know cannot be answered in this hangout, but if we at least have a rough outline of what we might be able to do, let's hear it, kind of thing.
Two-party confirmation, if possible, is always, having a third party like's been suggested, is a third entity that is not just trusted person or whatever.
A designated payee.
Side chat from Davros. I don't trust Jared, but love his ass, so he can have my bank details, social security, and blood work for the last 5 years.
But this is something where, okay, say that person X needs a PSU for the computer. Person X is someone who's actually been active in the community before and has helped out quite a fair bit in the background. Person X needs, say, $70 for a new PSU for that computer, etc., etc. That is something. Say again?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's an easy, if it's like you need this item or whatever, throw it up on some sort of wish list or whatever where somebody can, buy it for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if you have something that requires more of a plan, such as in the Hufford case, where the two main goals were get Sean out of where he lived and get a fucking job for him. The two goals were met, but it wasn't met in the way that was actually supposed to be, and the way that the information had gone out beforehand.
Destination changed, but goal was still achieved.
Yeah, and that's something where, with things like that, you need someone who can actually, account for it. Someone who can audit what's going on in real time. Someone who has direct access to the receipts. Someone who has direct access to the plans, etc., the communications from that person.
A designated payee, that's what you need.
Yeah, and someone who can, if things seem to go off the rails, just cut all the payments.
Well, or for anyone who was in the military with top secret information, 2-person authentication.
Yep.
It's one. So basically, let me just make sure I understand. So let's replay this this scenario with Sean Hufford all the way back, and let's say we go ahead and initiate this plan back in 2019. Sean Hufford needs some help, so instead of donating the money to him, we donate the money to somebody else on his behalf, and then if Sean needs to pay for something, then he would have to provide that third party proof that this needs to be paid. And then if there is any fuckery afoot, Sean won't be able to access the funds to commit said fuckery.
Yes, and the third party will get all receipts of what Sean has been doing, and he will get essentially a report of how has this been handled.
I see.
Or even if you don't want to take it quite that far, you could have something where said person like Sean and a secondary person are on the same account that holds the money, right? So and not necessarily whether it's a PayPal account or whatever. So both of them can see anything that's going on. So if something seems funny or whatever, say it was you, Reds, or whatever, you can go in and look and go, no, I see what he's spending the money on. This one, I have the receipts here. I can show you guys. Or no, there's some funny transactions in here, guys. I got to sit down and talk and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And this is just for stuff that you can't do things like buy, everybody chip in to buy this on somebody's Amazon wish list or something. I know I mentioned the devil, Amazon. I'm sorry. Amazon wish list.
I'm fine with Amazon, so.
Yeah, because
I'm okay with Amazon, just not their union busting efforts. Karis, go ahead.
I was going to say, as long as we don't talk about their warehouses.
Your name's not Karis.
But I mean, no, I'm not sharing, Donkey. I'm not sharing. I think Donkey did have a point when he said it could be case by case basis based on need, because not everything is just going to need a lump sum. Some people need an item. Like you read, sometimes you would need a specific piece of camera equipment. That piece of camera equipment can be found in this place. Can people send money to buy it off of this site and have it shipped or something like that?
Actually, I got a quick question. Actually, sort of parallel to that. Did you ever get your snowball fixed?
My blue snowball?
Yeah.
No, it's still broken. It started fucked hinge.
That's
I
what
have.
That's what
I
you
have
get.
a blue snowball, but it's black.
I haven't actually. Okay, so long story short, I had a debate with Jaronism, and I dropped the mic, and I dropped it a little too good, and it broke the hinge on my blue snowball, and I've still been using it ever since. I had a
snowballs are meant to be thrown. Goddamn.
Yeah, not this one.
Well, to be fair, when you get when you get in those debate with Jeremism, you're gonna have a lot of mic drops. So I'm not sure if it's really made for
like
that
I
many.
said, I had a moment where I thought this was a good idea to drop the mic, and I dropped the mic, and it broke the hinge.
Too literally.
It wasn't made for that mileage.
Mm-hmm.
And Mute
still
Donkey in
works. I'm
side
using it
chat
right now,
pointed
so
out
far.
that he has blue snowballs. So now I have that image in my head. Thank you, Donkey.
Yeah,
Big blue donkey balls. I got it. Okay.
A donkey talking about blue balls while on a panel with reds. This is dangerous territory, man. I'm not sure if we should be going down this road.
Let me read something from the live chat. To quote my tweet, my donation was a gift for Sean to do as he pleased. That's the true intention of a gift. If he wanted to take the $20 bill and light a match to it, good, it's his $20 bill. Thank you, first of all, and I'm just a little bit irritated that more people don't think like you do. But
well, apparently a lot of people think like he does, because you're really not getting that many refund requests.
Yeah, but even if somebody diverges from that, I don't think we should be shaming them for it. Even if they disagree with that, I don't think that we should scorn them for that. It's just a disagreement on that.
Well, I'm not scorning them. I'm just saying that there doesn't appear to be any of them.
Yeah,
I mean, being sad that more people don't think like that.
To make it clear, I think as a person that donated to Sean for his thing, I'm with Devros. I don't give a fuck. I donated I think whatever it was, $50, $100. That's fine. He needed to use it for whatever the fuck he needed to use it for. I don't care. I don't understand why people are making a big deal out of it because he lied to survive? Dude, it's a donation.
I think
you know what I mean?
Well, most of it seems about setting people isn't so much like, okay, it's like he wasn't transparent, then he wasn't transparent about not being transparent, then it kind of snowballed. And I think that's what gets people, but it's really...
Yeah, it's not the initial lie. The initial lie is actually understandable because the initial lie was indeed lying because he's desperate. That's, okay. But then you bring other people down with you and cost people even more money based on that initial lie. That's when I start having a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's more than that. I think he was embarrassed to ask for help, which became his biggest problem. He fell into a hole.
I'm disappointed that more people don't think like Rodent, but at the same time, I'm not going to shame them for wanting a refund.
And I'm somebody who got roasted by Sean. I am somebody who got roasted by Sean on a live stream for having stood up for somebody with incorrect information. And now you guys are being put in the same situation I was, and you weren't standing up for somebody who merely had incorrect information. You stood for somebody who was bald-faced lying and dragging everybody else's reputation and money through the mud. So I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle. I'm somebody who has been just decimated by Sean in a live stream for doing none other than defending somebody who had lost his DMs with Psystrike and thought that it was done intentionally. And it wasn't. We found out, me and Jared went into Discord, figured out that it was a Discord issue. And when that was figured out, then, we made that known. But I was just run right over by Sean on live stream. And now this.
God, I hate Discord so much.
Understood. But so I'm coming at this from a slightly what the fuck sort of perspective. Like, what the fuck is going on here after what went on with me? And then, so mind is blown. You guys go on. I've got brain material behind me.
You really want to see a what the fuck moment that's worth laughing about? Oh, this will be fun.
It's this. Let me just add to Karis right here. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, you're gonna love this one. Not so much for what he says, but
it's tiny.
Hang on.
What is
Robert a bit.
Look at who he's replying to.
Okay. Oh, wait. Let's start here.
He's replying to you.
Hang on. Let's start here. He's saying, I can't wait to share mine. I'll join you in sharing Red's and Sean's evidence here. Goes through and blah, 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 blah. But, okay. Let's start with this Twitter tag. Now, mind you, he posted this, in the last 10 minutes?
Something like that.
That's not your Twitter handle, isn't it?
Holy crap. Guys for a little bit and you're looking at Unicomp. Stupid shit.
Does that look like a tweet of mine? You fucking numbskull!
That's not even your Twitter. Okay.
It's Unirock. I mean,
2 hours ago, Jared. 2 hours ago.
What the fuck, man?
Let me say, I don't give a fucking rat's ass about Unirock. I also don't give a fucking rat's ass about the people that follow Unirock. I'll just
Agreed. I do want to know if he has two brain cells that he's able to rub together, but
He does.
otherwise
He does. He is not stupid. He is intelligent, and that is the saddest part of this.
Okay, so he just chooses not to.
Again, keep in mind, we have a rule that, and it was for Dumb Fuck of the Year, which I don't think is going to happen anymore, but because people are taking it way too fucking seriously, honestly. But for that, it was you had to be a dumb fuck by choice, not disability. I fully believe that he is by choice a dumb fuck. So, but for this, it's like this. Sean has screwed the pooch more than once. You and I are in total agreement on that, Karis. So there's definitely nothing there. For Sean,
and again, his initial concealment, I do understand. Just for the record, I get it. I understand that knee-jerk reaction. Just say.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to demonize people for asking for a refund. I want people to ask for a refund if they genuinely want their money back, and I will make sure that they get their money back and stuff like that. They're not going to be shamed for it. It's just that I will still be disappointed. There's just no other way of phrasing
Heavens,
it.
Reds is beautiful. God damn it.
I will just be disappointed. That's it. Be like, well, I'm sorry that you felt as though you were ripped off. Here's your money back. I apologies. Up, down, left, right, and center, and we will be sincere. And Jared said it too. Jared, you said that you would prefer that they contact you privately so you could apologize for the shit show
directly.
And I would like to do that as well. Be like, sorry for this shit. Here's your money back, and wish them nothing but the best. It's still disappointing because the whole situation is disappointing. But at the end of the day, I can't fault them. I don't think anyone can.
I mean, I've heard from team characters and everyone else about, your involvement, Sean, and all that bullshit. End of the day, man, Reds, I think you're the man. I think what you do is awesome. If you want to do another fucking, fundraiser for something else, dude, count me in. I'm always going to be in.
No,
regardless.
Thank you very much, man.
And yeah, I love all you guys, for real. You guys are all awesome. Don't let this little thing split the whole community up. We'll try and mend the bridges if we can. But yeah, it's gonna take time. People are still gonna be pissed, but fuck it, they'll get over it.
What the fuck?
Oh god, the side chat.
Testing.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you, Nikki. Welcome back.
Making sure my mic cut out, and I don't know why.
Fohammer says,
Fast
okay,
move.
I'm up. Uni also lied about me. Don't forget, I don't even have a horse in that race. Uni got BM Furball wrong. I mean, he had some things about Furball right, but then he goes on to call him Secret Service. What else?
Oh,
like,
I'm gonna call the Secret Service. I'm gonna call the FBI, and I'll be like, "Yeah, don't worry." Be like, "Hey, we're the FBI. Open up. We got a report. Yes, yes. Unirock's real name is this. He's making a fake report from this address. Go ahead and arrest them for wasting y'all's fucking time." Now, that's not to say I know his actual fucking name, because I don't, nor do I know where he actually lives, because I don't give a flying fuck. But honestly, if I could, that's exactly what I would say to the FBI.
Well, so
he's got friends in the FBI. I mean, come on.
Here's the
he's
wonderful
elite,
thing.
but he's not Secret Service.
Here's the wonderful thing about when you report to the FBI, they require your full name and address.
Oh, so I don't even have to be aware of that information.
Nope.
Understood. Neat.
And he was taking issue with his interrogation of you and Sean, and wondering why he wasn't doing this and this in the interrogation. Isn't he supposed to like interrogate all these criminals and stuff? He doesn't understand what it is Furball does. That's the problem.
Oh, he knows. He fucking knows.
And quite frankly, I don't fucking care.
Karis, you went a little too far.
What?
He doesn't understand.
Okay.
Well, he probably wasn't the special forces.
Well,
he got to run in the short tank.
I mean, he has some information, and then he goes completely to left field with it. Like what?
Unirock, surely you jest.
It's all part of making shit up. And also, get Fohammer a link into here. I want to hear this shit.
Fohammer does have the ability. It is in the link section of the Discord server that only the veterans and moderators have access to.
I might admit that Furball and I may have listened to a couple of Uni's Periscopes as part of our date nights in VR on some nights.
You have very weird date nights.
I've seen some weird fetishes before, but this is kind of good in reality.
If only you knew.
When he goes everywhere around the world and I'm stuck here in red flyover country, we have to find something to do. So we go into VR and watch movies and do other stuff. And
that wasn't the weird part.
but then sometimes we'll hear something ridiculous from maybe Uni, and sometimes we'll watch as many minutes as we can stomach.
So, Karis.
Yes.
Single-digit minutes, right?
As
usually,
as someone that's an admitted hate watcher of Uni for certain reasons, I'd just like to point out that how do you do the other stuff after listening to him?
Some of us are very skilled at turning the mood around.
Oh, well, the thing is, we have other things we watch. It's not just Uni, and as somebody else said, single-digit minutes with Uni. That is.
I was going to say, after watching Uni, it would be as dry as the Sahara Desert and about as limp as a banana in the sun.
I didn't realize that he vaped so. I mean, I heard people joke about him vaping, and I had no idea what they were. I thought they were just blowing smoke out their asses. No pun intended. And then we listened to one of his Periscope, and I heard the sound over and over and over throughout the entire, and we went forward in the show to where it went more and more. It's like, what is that? And he sounds high as fuck. Oh, he's fake. Okay, he's faking.
Yep.
I didn't realize that he actually did that.
Well, Karis, I think I know. I think I know why now, because it's you are that woman from the meme. It's like you are there in bed with your lover, and then you're, instead of talk dirty to me, it's like, say something fucking retarded. And he's like, he turns on a uni stream real quick.
No.
Exactly what it says. It's like, that's perfect.
No, he quotes Galileo at me, so don't worry. I'm not having him quote Uni at me to turn me on. I'm so sorry, Jason. I'm sorry, baby. You just don't have that effect on me, sweetie.
Anyway, let me ask Fohammer. So, what's the story, big guy?
For you,
Fohammer.
Fo.
Oh, I was muted. I'm so sorry.
There you are.
Hey,
So
like your
about
avatar.
Thank you. So about a month ago, I received some DMs from somebody telling me that somebody somewhere had evidence about something in the community, and that I should stay on the Four Swordsmen, which is a group that I'm a part of, along with Skydiver Tanner, Little Wolf, and Dark Steve. And I was told not to come off there or else. And so I responded to allegations that this person had made towards me. And this person has a history of doxing. So I said, I can find your information as a security specialist better than you can find mine. However, I won't do anything with your information, unlike you. And Unirock thought I was speaking directly to negative exponents, and I was not. So that he went on a 40-minute long character assassination of myself, along with Menace to Sobriety.
Because they're idiots and guilty conscious butthurt asshats.
And they don't understand the difference between a security analyst and a security specialist.
You talked too long there. So.
Or apparently special forces on what it is that Blake is actually in.
I gotta tell you what, on that topic though, Menace to Sobriety has the most accurate name I have ever heard.
Yeah.
Hammer, see, the problem is your whole explanation there. You know. Remember when you were at back when you were at at kindergarten and stuff, and they were teaching you to speak, and they were doing that syllables thing on your fingers, so that anything more than 3, Jason doesn't understand.
Yeah, that's very fair. To be fair, I typically don't understand any words over 2 syllables, so it does help me there.
Well, that's because you're infantry.
Yeah, that's for a different
reason. Disclaimer. I am not a veteran. I am the son of a veteran. Okay? By the way, I'm Australian. Ha! Anyway, Unirock can go suck at something. He kicked me out of his server. Oh, Jared, would you remember about the beginning of 2019?
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
February 2019.
Yeah, it was an interesting story that, but yeah, he's seriously. If he vaped any harder, I swear it would become an appendage.
I feel personally attacked.
Wait a minute. I have to ask this. Nikki, you live in the Midwest. You admittedly aren't too fond of living in the Midwest. And are you loading up Farming Simulator?
Not too fond.
No. There's a difference. There's a difference between actually enjoying a video game about farming than having to relive the pain and anguish of growing up on a farm in Missouri.
Sorry, I need to go get something to put in my mouth. Would you say?
Yeah, that's why I play Red Dead Redemption, because I can shoot farmers and take their pigs.
Just gonna suggest alcohol this time.
I feel personally attacked again.
They live in Missouri.
For being a pig or a farmer?
Who else lives in Missouri? Wait, who else lives in Missouri?
No,
is somebody else from Missouri? You do too?
No, just
Jesus.
Notice you and Nikki are in Missouri.
And you wish
Who's
when you
fucking
come.
pigs in Missouri?
And you wish. I grew up with
Sons of bitches.
There were pigs in my vicinity in Missouri. I'm not fans of them in that environment.
Anyway, I'm here with the breaking news of the day. Ranty, now the Glober.
I did see that.
It's
We
official.
actually talked about that in the Swordsman. Cats was finally able to get through to him.
I gave Jared the video. It's at about 42 minutes in that video, and it's undeniable evidences because of trigonometry and the photos that match from Bev Try Thinking.
Ranty needs to stop sending BM Furball DMs about boats because they're ships.
Wait a minute. It's Ranty that we have to blame for that shit?
What?
Oh.
I think he broke Jared.
So you see this boat going over the horizon.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh my god.
What did you just send me, Jared?
That's what Davros sent to me. That this is Ranty actually accepting evidence.
And Ranty, don't worry, BM did not show other people. I have access to stuff because
What are you doing? What are you doing with Furball's private stash of boat pictures?
He doesn't know. Me and Furball are together. It's okay.
Just a heads up, I'm gonna have to take off. I only had a few minutes. I have to go to work, so I'll be watching in the side chat.
That's right, Fo. We'll throw more salt at uni for you.
I appreciate it. And Reds, I haven't spoken to you before. It's an honor and a privilege.
No, thank you.
I hope you guys all have a good night.
All right, later, Fo.
Of course. Thank you.
Okay, so we have Cats, Ruhif, and Ranty. Oh, this should be classic.
And the only thing I revealed is that the word boat was mentioned. That's all I.
Oh, because that's a fun running gag with Furball.
With Furball, right? He. Oh. I'll let him tell that again. It had to do with a ship captain, by the way.
All right, go ahead and play.
To there. If we go to Google Earth, let's see if we can hover over this to show you what the height of that is over here. So the bottom of that there, in the bottom right-hand side, it says an elevation of 468 meters. Right? Now that's a problem. You know, that is definitely a big problem if you're going to say that this is a flat Earth proof. Great. Right, let's.
I like that Freudian slip.
Bear with me a second whilst I find it.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Look at those cornrows.
I think that's basically it. My conclusion is very simple. It's this image that I showed you before. This one here. So based upon all the known factors in this, oh, that's right. This is what I was going to show you. So what I did is I did a line of sight through the ice blast, and I did obviously we know that Dow Crag is 753 meters tall. I did a line of sight through the ice blast here, and I'm going to show you that on Google Earth.
Why is that called an ice blast?
My line of sight through
ice blasters.
That's at Blackpool. That's at Blackpool. It's a used to be a gas relief pipe.
That's what she said.
Through that. No ice measure.
Hang on, Ranty's about to prove the globe to himself, and you guys are talking about pipe work.
Red is still in here.
We can multitask. It's okay.
Welcome to VTW.
Oh, poor Rez. I thought he had gone his own way.
No, he's still here. It says Red's rhetoric is also here.
Oh, I see. Oh, that poor guy. Hi, Reds.
Go to the show elevation properties on that. It peaks at 601 meters, basically. The line of sight on that peaks at 601 meters. So when we go through that line of sight to there, we know that that mountain there is 601 meters tall. We know that that's 753 meters tall. And based upon that, you can then scale your ruler to that. So if you need to have your ruler at 601 and you need to have that at 753, and when you do that, you actually find that the horizon is way down here, and the missing, which
does he measure in inches or centimeters?
Basically said that the horizon should be down around about here. It's around about 330 meters of missing. I would have assumed.
This is what converted him.
Hang on, Donkey. That scale is in tens of meters. So the 1 is 100, 2 is 200, so on. So the 8 is 800 meters, right? He is showing that the horizon would be 300 meters below what you're seeing at that distance.
Sure, yeah.
And it's all based on trigonometry. So, Kat's actually spent a fair bit of time with Ranty. Shall we say, re-educating him how to use trigonometry?
Right.
So that's why Ranty's now agreed, because he now understands the math behind it all.
Yeah. So
he started. Education matters. Good job, Cats. Good job, Ranty.
He started with the number 1, and then said 2, and then 3. That's how we count the sides of a triangle. We also find out that that's how many angles are on the inside of that bastard.
Now. He came out of a dark place. Let's not do this to him.
Can't we finish the video?
Yeah, let's go ahead and keep going.
These calculations. And if we compare that to your image, I actually took a screenshot of it before, and I actually quickly lined it up with my own one. You've put Blackpool Tower there, and you've put the horizon down here with that red spot.
Yeah,
and
no, that's 0 meters. 0 meters at Dow Crag.
Yeah,
the same thing you're doing on your
So you've put 0 meters here, down there, and essentially that's under Blackpool Tower, and that's essentially what I've done. There's the base of Blackpool Tower, and that's where I've got mine too. And I would imagine that they would scale pretty similar.
Pretty accurately.
Yeah. Now, as I say, I wouldn't have believed this. As I would have thought it was just a one-off. Maybe come up with trying to come up with some kind of explanation, some kind of reason, sinking something like this as to the reason why these mountains appear to be dropped. The problem being, it isn't a one-off image, and we know that through Bev. We've been told categorically by Bev that this is a black swan, and it's there all the time. I mean,
that's a white swan.
And I do want to thank Bev for that, but I also want to thank Stuart Christmas. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Thank you very, very much. I'll just take that off the screen because it's hiding your face there, Auntie, but thank you, Stuart.
Okay. It says, it's a white swan. I went there the last 2 days. It's perfectly normal. And, we can compare these two side by side. So let me open these up again so that we can compare them. And what's interesting is that in the image that Bev presented himself, you can still see the same trough behind Blackpool Tower. It's in exactly the same place. There's no denying that it's exactly the same heights, everything. So if I've got a flat earther confirming this, what can I say? Just drop. And
we need a hero.
Rodent, no last name. This is the worst round of Among Us. Ranty is the imposter.
But
Randy sus.
Here's the best bit, though.
About it.
Right?
All right, guys, gonna
earlier
head off here. Have a good night, people.
All right,
Take it easy, man. In Gem Pandas way earlier today, we had Jeremy and his ilk going, "Oh, he's an imposter. He's been transplanted by the Illuminati. It's not Ranty. It's not John. It's not.
Wow.
Of course. Even Chemo said it. Right.
Well, of course, that shit stain's gonna say it.
And then, but here's the funny thing: they keep going, "Oh, in Bev's photo, there's the inferior mirage and all that sort of stuff," and it's like, yeah, but the mountains are still below the top of the tower, you dick. The horizon's got nothing to do with it. It's the fact that a 750 meter high mountain is below a 170 meter tall tower, and below it. Whoops.
All right, play.
We know that there are people living at the bottom of that mountain. So they're either living at the bottom of the mountain underwater, or it's a globe. And I think that there are people living at the bottom of that mountain.
You got to change the banner, Kat.
Oh, was that, because I don't want to speak for you, and it's not going to be an easy thing to say what. But I'm going to ask, because people in the chat are going to know, based on what you've just said, what is your final conclusion? Could you sum it in like 2 or 3 words?
I think after,
or can you not?
Well, the past 2 months have been basically going through this image and trying to come to terms with what's the reasons for why I see flat in my location, and why does this image show drop looking over my location. So there's definitely a conflict there. And, I've been discussing it with you. We've been finding things out, and we might have a different explanation. We may have a different explanation for what's going on that could be incorporated inside of the globe model, but give validation not just to the work I've done, but why other people see further too. But based upon all of this new evidence, and that's what we're all looking for, is new evidence. I've been asking for it for a while, for proof of the globe, proof of drop, especially in my location. And thanks to Bev, and thanks to the gentleman that took this original image,
of course.
When it comes to business, everyone's got their own way.
Yeah, come on.
His.
There we go.
Gee, someone buy premium. Will you?
I'm now back on the globe side.
Yay.
Back on the globe.
Yeah, look, my globe got rather erect when he jumped back on it, but it's all good. So there you go. It's official. Our best ever agent has finally found the truth.
Well, now he can't work as a double agent, though.
Well, I would like to point out, how many times did Ranty and his wonderful photography prove the globe for the rest of the world?
But
that's why
every time.
Every time.
That's why I said earlier. Wait, this is what finally convinces him. Like,
Mute donkey. You do understand the brain of a flirt, right?
No, and I don't think I ever.
No one does.
Right.
Well,
no one does.
Remember, he said that he was trying to analyze this for months, for a couple
2 months,
of
yeah.
months.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay, so everyone goes, oh, this is the one that proved to him it was a globe. Well, don't forget, 2 years ago, it was the Black Swan, was the definitive flat Earth proof.
True.
Right? So one picture can change a whole narrative.
Just like this?
Oh, yeah. I just want to watch boxing. No, I don't. I want to watch beach volleyball.
Women's beach
Well, I did get
volleyball.
to see a box.
Well, if you've seen the clip for Maverick, you get the best of both worlds, don't you?
This is true.
No, just women's for me.
Crew, did you hear my caveat?
I want to apologize to the people in the UK right now for this. But this is actually funny.
Leon's fallen asleep.
No, I'm still here.
No, you're not.
Well, fuck off. My counter exists.
What are you trying to say, Leon? Are you woke?
It's super woke.
I'm so
you just-
fucking
you
woke
just-
that I'm approaching wokeness from the other side by being incredibly unracist.
No, you just need to. So if he's socially woke, you just need to put a J in the middle.
Voik?
SJW.
Yeah, that went over my head too.
My goodness.
See, Karis, I told you.
I'm Batman.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
You're not doing it.
Oh yeah, your strawberry one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little
Strawberry's
missed
still
about
good,
that.
but I would agree about the Oreo.
I asked for an Oreo milkshake, and they sent me a strawberry milkshake.
Close enough.
My strawberries have lots and lots of flowers on them right now.
I have a quick question for the Americans.
What's
So, if everyone noticed Mr. Brown's shirt that said United States, how long till you have to remove that United part?
At the rate we're going,
5 years ago?
No. At the rate we're going, it'll probably be 3.5 years.
Somebody write this down.
You mean 33 years?
No. End of Biden's career.
69.
Well, that could be next month, though. I mean,
No. The end
he
of
handles theirs.
the end of the current presidential term. I'm not saying that it'll be Biden at the time.
Oh.
Do you think Biden will get kicked out before his term is up?
No.
Someone's got a tip on Kamala.
I think he'll have a heart attack.
No, I think he will step down due to reasons, and Harris will take over within the next year and a half.
You need to rephrase that. Biden
For
will
some
step
reason,
down due
I
to
had the exact same thought. I don't know why, but yeah.
due to
Well, hang on.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance he's going to trip upstairs and knock himself out. You know that, don't you?
Aside from the physical bit, let's just listen to what Biden has said. Both during the campaign and only a couple of months ago, he referred to it as a Harris presidency, a Harris administration, and referred to Kamala as the president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, don't forget, he's been enjoying the filibuster since it was first incepted 120 years ago. Right? That's when he first joined.
My goodness.
Speaking of farms, though, Nikki, I have got to go feed horses, so I will talk to you all later.
Bien Frobel says hi, everyone, and to you too.
Come on!
And you.
Later, Jay.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.
Later, Jay.
See you, Jay.
Let's say hi to Furball too, unless he can hear us.
He cannot currently hear us.
Well, make him hear us.
Yeah, make him hear us, damn it.
He's off to bed. He's
I
had
don't
some
care.
beers.
Look, I don't care if he's gone moldy.
He's dealing with the little ones at the campground.
Tell him
Is that what they call indoctrination now?
Can
There are
you
some very
rephrase that slightly?
there are some very interesting dynamics at that campground. It's pretty funny.
Like I
We've got
said,
the
can you
Confederates
rephrase
over
that
here.
slightly?
Oh yeah, with the area he's in.
He told you?
Yeah. Well, he told me the area that the campground was in, and it's like, oh, you're gonna have fun there.
There's a camper with there are two. I guess there. There's
What's
a
he doing
camper
at
with-
Guantanamo Bay? What?
He hasn't given the kids name tags, I hope. Or tried to write the phone number of their arms in case they
Frobel
get
is
lost.
trying to get me to read out a text. No, I'm not going to read that out.
Hang on, I thought those numbers were the length of a zip code.
Hang on. I can take care of this.
Demonetized much?
They're probably already there.
It's only money.
That's what Uni said.
You're not going. No, don't have him send you that. God damn it! I know what you're doing.
Well, look, I said it once and I'll say it again. If you want to stop being racist, send me all the $100 bills and I'll dispose them properly for you, free of charge.
I have no idea what that was.
I'm quite comfortable with my racism. It's everyone else that has an issue.
I'm not racist. I hate everyone.
Equally.
Thank you.
Gotta cancel Lincoln.
Hate everybody equally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do hate some people a little bit more than others, but I mean, it has nothing to do with race.
I'm not
I
racist.
hate
I have a
myself.
black friend.
I hate myself on a
That does one
regular
black friend.
basis. I hate
My
myself with
my
60
black
grit
friend is one of
sandpaper.
the good ones. I literally heard that not recently, not too long ago, rather, kind of recently. There, a person was talking about their going on and on about his black friend and how, yeah, he's black, but he's one of the good ones. And I'm like, oh my god.
Alrighty then.
Okay, so
I'm not racist, but he's one of the good ones.
all right, so hang on, everyone.
Hang on to
No,
what?
I
If I
have.
do that, I'll
I'm
get in
not.
trouble.
I'm not reading it, and you're not reading it.
I have to concur with this message, and sorry, I have to go against the protests. Furball wishes everyone to know Karis Crane is a beautiful and amazing woman, despite her protests. After reading this quote,
Aww.
She left. Oh, there she is.
I have to agree with Furball, so.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear it. I left.
Well, now you're never going to hear it. Just clip that bit from the video.
Jay left, so
It doesn't matter. It
That
doesn't
won't
mean he
stop
won't
him.
flip it later.
this
That
is
will not
true.
stop him.
This is very true.
And Furball, what is that?
What the hell are you doing, Davros?
Hang on. Would you like to
Is he
hear
beating
that
up his
in
dog?
context? Well,
I'm not prepared for that.
Right?
hang on. Right, so there's this. So everyone knows who Jin CBR1 is, correct? Some do.
No.
What?
Why would we all know who this is?
Well, listen to this.
You do not see the
It
geometric
cuts in and out of it.
horizon. It's because Earth as a spherical ball. You keep interrupting. And you keep interrupting. Fine. 25,000.
Okay, so that is a conversation between him and the live stream. He's in Gempeda's server having a monologue, and he's
Who
listening
is
to him.
this?
He's listening to himself interrupt himself.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
No, I know we had some conversation about mental health and stuff earlier, and I don't want to get into touchy subjects, but I
anyway,
have to
right?
ask.
Yeah,
Yeah. Might he hear voices on a regular basis that he didn't know
But
that he was-
so this chicken noise, that's actually him as well. But someone's
One man who should know better means nothing to me. What is going on? What is going on?
So that was the little context of that. Yeah.
Holy hell! The things
So
that
he's
you
getting
find
upset
over
with
there.
himself for interrupting himself. That's a whole new level of stupid.
This is a bit embarrassing, right? I've actually been a child abuser, and I have said to anybody that wants to come, they can come over and watch a presentation.
God. That's the lovely Bev try thinking.
Oh God.
I guess you took him up on if anybody wants to come. Okay.
Apparently
that
Brady's
way.
doing a live stream on Looney Rock.
But hang on.
Who is?
This is
It's all bullshit anyway.
Brainy.
Do you use this place as a social club?
Okay, that one was good. that one was good.
I cannot say anything against this poor man.
Flat Earth,
Wow.
yeah, absolutely. You can touch the flat Earth. You can
Fucking
see
skid mark.
the flat Earth. You can taste the flat Earth.
Oh,
all of your
yes.
senses indicate
Tastes like
flat
chicken.
Earth.
Taste the rainbow.
okay. Now hang on. Hang on.
He's tasting something already.
See the geometric horizon. It's because Earth as a spherical ball. You keep interrupting. You keep interrupting. You keep interrupting. Fine. 25,000.
Is this real?
Okay, so I've played for you the real bits and then the edited bits. that I've
Okay,
had.
that was.
Keep interrupting. Oh hell no.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Anamorphic Mind has a video to go along with it. Oh,
It's the chicken.
yes, the rooster.
Oh god.
I'm gonna have to watch that later. Oh my
He's getting pretty cocky, isn't he?
Oh.
But wait, there's more. Anyone remember Chemo's prediction?
Oh,
Which one?
Which one?
Anyway, so the numbers are increased, and it's looking like it's going to come out anytime soon. This flat Earth thing. If we go by the internet numbers or anything like that, I'd have to say this time next year, I think 1 in 2 people in England will believe in the flat Earth. That's how big it's getting. This time next year.
That was the 27th of December 2016.
Oh, boy.
Damn.
I think he's a little off.
Just a little bit, yeah.
That's like a Q belief that on this date something's going to happen. Well, that date's passed. Oh no, 3 weeks from now. No,
I was going to say end of the world.
End of the world.
So
Yeah.
you do realise the only thing that chemo's missing is a great big giant jug of Kool-Aid and a whole heap of people that drink out of it.
Oh well, no. He has had the Kool-Aid because
Every leader, let's take Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was on the verge of revealing the flat Earth, so they killed him.
Oh god, I remember.
fucking hell, Leon.
Oh my god, and I don't have any alcohol in the house right now. Fucking
Blah 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 blah.
All right. So,
you know what? No. Hold on. I got something. It's just going to take a minute for me to get set up. Hold on.
All right. While you're getting that set up, Leon,
Interesting.
Screen share that gem.
Uh-oh.
Also, just a random Jared is absolutely adorable. I just. I may or may not be looking at a
Present
picture
now,
of
is it?
Jared right now, and he's absolutely adorable.
Oh, have I got the thing to tell you later?
It is present now, is it?
Yep.
And you don't.
You know, Jared, considering certain pictures you sent me, I haven't actually reciprocated properly.
Plenty of time.
Damn, Jared's doing
Is
good.
that, Karis, is that because you don't own a motorbike?
I don't think that's the
I do not
reciprocating.
I do not own a motorbike. No.
Yeah.
Now I'm just confused. What the hell?
What are you doing? Hang on.
That seems like a good price.
No, I just see Oddworld explained. Oddworld explained. Oddworld explained.
hang-
Oddworld explained.
Hang on.
Is that ODD TV?
This is someone who tweeted, "In my day, we could get these at the bus stop for free." Capitalism.
I mean, you know, if I'm democratic socialism and I believe in kind of distributing these.
Also, for those wondering, it is Leon's tab list, so just
Tablets.
be glad it's not something else.
That's not a tablet. That's his.
I said tab list.
Tab list.
No, it's okay. Look, it's not high IQ enough. There were not enough tabs open. He needs more RAM.
I can open the list of tabs
Needs to
that
be
we
at
have as
least
recommended
5
for, movie night.
Oh God!
Don't do that.
I don't know if that's safe.
And we've added more to it.
God!
That's like 300 bookmarks.
I still think the best CGI done is Cat Shit one. I'm sorry.
Sean Carroll, I have to disagree. I think that was some amazing signage.
No, it didn't.
They got plenty of responses.
It needed an animation.
But I bet there was plenty of men that called up and said, "Do you need supplies?"
Yes, I'm at bus stop 56A. I need a facial.
All right, Nikki. So, what is it that you would like to share with the class?
It's gonna be a punch at the flat Earth here in a minute.
At that point, is it a punch or is it scraping your knuckles across the ground?
Take your pick.
Oh, okay. Rodent no less name. I once sent a female friend unsolicited dick pics. 1 a day for 2 weeks. Dick Van Dyke, Dick Tracy, Andy Dick, Dick Cheney, Philip K. Dick.
Was that you who was sending me those? Because somebody else did something similar.
Oh, actually,
Sorry.
I know Richard Simmons.
Jared told me to.
So that also might sound like something God's auditor would do, but I thought his dicks were more the restaurant
based.
I mean, they're more satisfying to bite into. So there is that.
I prefer chocolate.
I am just an idiot on the internet.
Yes, Tom. Yes, you are.
Thank you for that.
Yes, you are.
I gotta love the random admissions from them.
Because there's no science for a flat Earth, and none of us are expected to know this kind of stuff. We're making this stuff up.
Truer words have never been said.
For once, Anthony Riley was being completely honest. Granted, he
Fucking Riley. I tell you what.
I was gonna say he once had his mic on at the right time.
That's debatable.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Oh god!
What?
First grader.
Fucking Nathan Thompson.
Hey, I found the edge of the flat Earth.
Nice.
In Missouri?
No, look. Okay,
Would almost not surprise me out.
Right.
So everyone's great friend Whitsett doesn't get shit. Ended up getting his felony charges busted down to a misdemeanor, right? But he did time served, so technically he's a criminal because he was arrested, right? Going by Florida law, if you've served time under the arrest of a county, you're classified as having committed a crime.
Yep.
Even if you haven't been charged. Even though he got the misdemeanor, he's still a crim.
Because of time served, yeah.
Criminal misdemeanor.
He has a conviction. The sentence was time served, but still has a conviction on his record.
Even though it's a misdemeanor.
Wait,
But
for what?
possession in Florida. Yeah.
Because I thought Thompson was getting.
No, Thompson knows when to jump and run. He's a rat.
Yeah, but I thought
Possession is
Whitsett
something
was going to
completely
press
different.
charges against Thompson, no?
Hang
He
on.
tooketh the money and runs away. While
Yeah,
Whitsett
it
was
wasn't
still
just
in
the money, though. He took
Florida,
other shit too. He took a laptop. He took some other shit.
Crew, he was in fucking Texas when Whitsett got arrested. He was fucking
Furbo
4
just told me
states
my
over.
days are numbered.
Shit.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and bring this to a close tonight. But there is one thing left to be done. There is one comment from the side chat that must be read. And there is someone specifically that has been requested
for
read
fuck's
it.
sake. What am I? Oh wait, no, it's not me. I'm sure.
Rodent.
What road?
The last one from Rodent No Last Name.
Another one from. I'm sure he wants Jared to read that.
Nope.
The negative Ghost Rider.
There is a
Nick
better,
is the only other girl here.
There is a better voice that is much more suited for a comment like that.
I haven't run out of dicks yet, though.
I started running out of dicks. Someone specific should read that.
Oh, look at the time. Oh, look, Kay.
This is where you draw the line, Karis.
Wrote it in the last name.
Karis is a flat earther. She knows how to deflect.
I am going to get through this comment if it. Okay. Wrote it in the last name. Says, weirdly, I started running out of dicks. Someone specifically should read that. Someone specific should read that. See, I can't even read. Why do you?
Are you specific, or are you general?
I'm pretty general.
And with that, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Night.
Night.
So, let's see what you think of this. 4 or 5 or maybe 6 men. They jump on me like I was made out of chocolate cake. Yeah. So, daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. Ooh, no. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Daytime, nighttime. Sexy, sexy. Stranger, I am good at dissecting asshole, especially at nighttime. I can't charge for it.